hmm this due administration of justice where there's a rights guarantee to the parties, that would be the court rules.
Right.
And then that would be the Supreme Court rules
Right.
of the indigent,
Yes.
homeless individual that was living at 1023 Kitchen Dick Road
Yes.
that didn't have any money
Yeah.
to be able to serve the petitioner.
Yes.
Now, there was this thought that you're just going to issue child support orders,
Right.
and whenever possible, you're going to sanction the respondent because I can't submit to the petitioner until the petitioner submits to me
Yes.
because I don't have the documentation necessary to write the narrative,
Yes.
hmm and I don't have the documentation at hand
Yes.
to support the narrative.
hmm
Now, the thought of you scheduling a court hearing 20 days later, known as the jury trial,
Yes.
well, I was at my grandmother's too. Now, it's quite possible that you've been violating your own court rules,
Yes.
and these dissolutions of marriage are enforceable in every jurisdiction of the world.
Yeah.
Hague Convention, International Criminal Court,
Yes.
International Child Abduction,
Yeah.
kidnapping.
hmm
And then there are those five sons that are in the wrong grades. Now, my wife has had custody of them
Yes.
since you violated your court rules in the issuance of the dissolution of marriage.
Yes.
And for some reason, the judges don't seem to understand the power of the court.
Yes.
Now, let's say I wanted to use the courts of the United States and I wanted to sue you for federal contempt of court
Yes.
for contempting your own court rules. Now, you would think
Yes.
that any federal court that has knowledge of any judge contempting their own court rules would find you guilty of numerous felonies.
Yes.
But the state continues to misprison their own felonies. Now, State Patrol,
Yes.
Big Dog himself,
Yeah.
I want your assets. Now, I've emailed 3 million emails.
Yes.
My videos
Yes.
are being deleted,
Yes.
and you're supporting a conspiracy of individuals
hmm
that use terrorism to accomplish what they want.
Yes.
And I don't want to be terrorized.
Mm-mm.
I don't want to be tormented.
Yes.
I don't want to be arrested
Ouch.
for failure to pay child support
Yes.
when the court itself has contempted its own court rules. Now, there's what's known as
Yes.
the power of the court.
Yes.
Now, there was probably this idea that I would appear in court if you gave me notice,
Yes.
but you didn't do that a week before.
Mm-mm.
You didn't put it on the public court record so I could have known of it.
No. No. No.
You didn't make it possible for me to talk to the petitioner or the five minors named
Yes.
because of the fraud of your protection orders. And then when I asked you to remove the fraud,
Yes.
your answer was to arrest me for crimes that I had no involvement in
Yes.
because you refused to exonerate me of any wrongdoing. Now, I just wanted to make sure
Yes.
that when I sue you in federal court for violating the power of your court,
Yes.
see, a court of the United States shall have power
Yes.
to punish by fine or imprisonment at its discretion
Mm-hmm.
such contempt of its authority and none other as misbehavior of any person in the presence or so near thereto as to obstruct the administration of justice. Now, Brent Basden has been obstructing the administration of justice because Brent Basden, as the court commissioner, had an obligation to enforce the court rules before having trials. Misbehavior of any officers in their official transactions. Now, these official transactions of courts,
Yes.
they're known as protection orders and dissolutions of marriage. And disobedience or resistance to its lawful writ, process, order, rule, decree, or command.
Yes.
Now, you've been disobedient
Yes.
and resisting
Mm-hmm.
your lawful court rules because of your knowledge of fraud.